BetMGMNetwork.com, BetMGM Network, YouTube, and Twitch. It's Joe O. It is Sammy P here. And we've started to talk about some of these divisions across the league as we take an early look at the NFL as these other seasons are winding down here. And we get to the AFC North today, Sam. The division odds over at BetMGM are the following. Baltimore's your favorite at minus 135. Cincinnati, second favorite, plus 200. Pittsburgh, third, plus 600. Then your long shot, obviously. Cleveland, what the hell is happening in that quarterback room? I have no idea. It is plus 3,000. The Cleveland win total, 4.5. Juiced big time to the over. 4.5, minus 175. You've got the Steelers, 8.5, minus 120 to the under. Don't know the starting quarterback. And the Bengals, 9.5, minus 150 to the over, always very popular. And the Ravens, 11.5, juiced a little bit to the over. Where do you want to start? The playoff contenders, or do we want to start teams on the bottom where we have no idea who the week one starting quarterback is going to be?
What's Shedeur Sanders' MVP? What's that price right now?
Not rookie of the year. We're going straight to MVP.
Right to MVP. I'm kidding. I was laughing when I was looking at this market last night. MGM lets you bet not only division winner, but you can bet exact place. So you can do second place, third place, fourth place. The Cleveland Browns are minus 1,000 to finish last. Is that good? Minus 1,000 to be in last. Like, you're a heavy favorite to finish last. That's crazy.
There's no other way it's anybody else unless Burrow gets hurt, right?
Correct. Or the Steelers completely fall apart and the whole Will Howard experiment doesn't work. I think some people are still expecting Aaron Rodgers to end up there.
Yep.
Don't know. I don't know. Could be. I'm at the point where I'm ready to flip a coin on it. Yes or no. I don't think it's really bullish one way or the other. I could be blown in the wind on this one with the Rodgers yes or no. I don't know. If Will Howard ends up starting in Pittsburgh, the rookie from Ohio State, there could be some roadblocks there. Not to say that he can't be a good quarterback in the league, but most quarterbacks, I mean, Trevor Lawrence and Peyton Manning struggled in their first season. You know, the C.J. Stroud season from 2 years ago is such an anomaly. I don't think people realize how incredible that season was for a rookie to come in, play that well, win a playoff game. Most rookie quarterbacks don't do that. So I could see the Steelers finishing close to the bottom, but the Browns are just so bad. I mean, the win total says it all. And they don't know what they're going to do at quarterback. So it's a mess.
I don't think he's connected, but did you see what Terry Bradshaw said about the idea of Rodgers going to the Steelers?
No.
He said he was on 103.7 The Buzz in Little Rock, Arkansas. And Bradshaw said, you got the buzz. We're talking Razorbacks.
Oh, what's the traffic guy's name at the Buzz, right? Like, think of his name. Let's go over to Homer Pyle with the traffic.
Here's Bradshaw. That's a joke. That is just, to me, a joke. What are you going to do? Bring him in for 1 year? Are you kidding me? That guy needs to stay in California. Go somewhere and chew on bark and whisper to the gods out there. So Bradshaw does not want him going to the Pittsburgh Steelers. But every report, every time you kind of read between the lines of what the Steelers are saying, it's like it's happening. We just don't know when it's going to happen. And the I's have not been dotted, T's have not been crossed yet. But it certainly sounds like it's going to happen. And I think this win total is with Rodgers, not Mason Rudolph as a starting quarterback.
What's the number right now? It's got to be 8.5. That's my guess.
It's 8.5. 8.5, slightly juice to the under. BetMGM.
I think it's more Tomlin than anything else.
Yeah.
They just throw up 8.5. You throw up a number right around 500 and let them bet it. There's not really a tough process there. And Rodgers wasn't that valuable last year.
Nope.
In a pretty good offense. So, I mean, the offense in New York on paper, I mean, think about all the weapons that he had at receiver and running back. And, that was tailor-made for him to be able to come in there and have success. Didn't work. So I don't know. That 8.5 feels like a Tomlin number more than anything else.
I
I
can't believe
did
I'm
see.
asking this question. Let me
Go
ask
ahead.
you this: which quarterback is more valuable in the league right now? Which quarterback is worth more to the point spread? Is there a difference between Rodgers and Rudolph?
Yeah, there is for sure.
Like
Rudolph's
how
probably a
much?
point.
A
Rudolph's
point.
probably a point worse than the average quarterback, and then Rodgers could be. I mean, at this point, that's the problem. People will say,
Right.
"Oh, he's worth at least 3 points." Maybe 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, not 5, because he was the MVP in what, 21, 22? Do I have that right? He won back-to-back years.
Back to back. He wasn't turning the ball over at all. He's not that guy anymore.
I can look it up. I mean, off the
Yeah.
Achilles, he's not the same guy. I mean, were we all
No.
watching the same thing? He
He
won
had
the
better
MVP,
pieces there with the
won the
Jets.
MVP 11, 14, 20, and 21. So I was a year off there.
Okay.
Four-time MVP, four-time first team all pro, excuse me. Say that 8 times fast. I would say Rodgers is worth, I mean, Mahomes and Allen are in that 7 range. Mahomes,
Yep.
Allen, Lamar. That's how much they're
Mm-hmm.
worth, give or take. I would say Rodgers is a 1.5, 2 now, maybe 2.
Not much difference. Not much difference at all. You still have the strong defense. As you mentioned, you have Tomlin. Pickens gone. Metcalf in. You got a rookie running back. Like, I don't know. I don't know that there's that much of a difference. So I understand Steelers fans are like, I don't even want the drama. At least we have a baseline. We know what it is with Rudolph, and I don't think it's going to be that much different. And if Rodgers is there, are you going to see Will Howard this year? If he stays
Probably not.
healthy, probably not. I don't know. I would want to see a little bit of Will Howard if you're not going to be in it at the very end of the season. And the Browns quarterback room, don't know. Like if you look at the Ourlads depth chart right now, they slot in Flacco. I don't think that means anything. I think they're just guessing like everybody else. It's going to be Flacco or Pickett. Speaking of Steelers quarterbacks, former Steelers quarterbacks. And then you've got 2 rookies, Gabriel and Shador. And then the guy that nobody's talking about because we're not quite sure how they're going to handle this, Deshaun Watson. Who's in that room?
Don't know. I do
I
not
think it's
know.
Flacco.
Woof. That's your plan. That's the plan in Cleveland. Let's go with Flacco.
For a few weeks. For a few weeks, and then they'll probably make a change when things are going bad. I didn't mind the Browns draft, but they are just so far away. You know, taking Mason Graham, they got Judkins slotted in as the number 1 running back. They're better, but I don't know. There's going to be so much drama around this team as well. So there's drama around the teams in the bottom of the AFC North, but not the top of the AFC North. I find that funny. Baltimore, Cincinnati, of course, the top. And yeah, it's juiced -150 over 9.5 wins. People love to bet on the Bengals. They're going to bet on the Bengals every single year. Last couple of years, they end up with 9 wins because they are slow out of the gates under Zach Taylor.
And Trey Hendrickson the other day was saying, not I want out, but help. Yeah. So who knows? I know the Bears fans are all like, go get him. Because, the Bears want to get every good player now because the Bears are ready to win. Here are the last 7 seasons for John Harbaugh as head coach of the Ravens. Here's the win count. 12, 13, 10, 8, 11, 14, 10. The guy wins, at least in the regular season. Maybe not in the playoffs. He does have that Super Bowl 2012 when they beat the Niners and his brother Jim. But just all reliable. He wins games. His team is prepared. His team has a plan. They go out. They hit you in the mouth. They run the football down your throat. They win in the regular season. And they are the obvious favorite here. MGM has $1.35. I would just lay that. I'm still pumping the brakes on anything bigger picture, though. I don't want to bet the Ravens to win the AFC. I don't want to do it to win the Super Bowl. And if you look at the price, I mean, most sports books have the same top 3 to win the Super Bowl. It's Eagles, Ravens, Bills, or Eagles, Bills, Ravens. And it's not even that the Eagles are the highest power rated team. It's that the Eagles have an easier path because they don't have to go through Buffalo and Kansas City or Kansas City and Baltimore. The Eagles have a much easier path to the Super Bowl than the AFC teams do. I was on the phone with a guy yesterday who said his 1A, 1B is
Mhm.
Baltimore, Buffalo power rating. 1-2. Those teams, though, Joe, they can't get through Kansas City, or at least haven't yet.
Lamar in the playoffs. It's been 7 years. They've made the AFC Championship game one time with Lamar. It's still a thing. I know they won a game last year. It was an easy start. I believe it was Pittsburgh in the first playoff game. But yeah, that minus 135 price for the division, that's as cheap as I see out there. And that's at BetMGM. I view that as being cheap. Last year at this time, people were looking for reasons to fade the Ravens. What about the schedule? What about Zach Orr as defensive coordinator? No, they just did Ravens things again, and they got better. They added D-Hop to the offense. You don't need anything from him, but if you get anything from him, it's gravy. And then they just sit there in their spots, and you know what? We're just going to take Malachi Starks, the best safety in the draft, and we're going to add him with Kyle Hamilton and Humphrey and everybody else they have back there. The defense is phenomenal. They're terrific everywhere. I don't have any concerns. No concerns about the Ravens. And then I keep harping on this. The Bengals, under Zach Taylor, been there 6 years. Weeks 1 and 2 under Zach Taylor, they are 1-11 straight up. They're awful. They're awful in the first 2 weeks. So what did they do, Sam? They gave them the Browns week 1, Jacksonville week 2. What do you think? They go 1-1?
Got to.
Whew. I guess.
Jacksonville beats them. Duval.